Dan is the CFO for a professional membership association. It's his job to answer hard financial questions across all the organization's entities. He needs to consolidate information, analyze combined financial and operational information, and document financial decisions for future reference. He also makes sure the organization stays GAAP compliant and audit ready. To maintain the level of visibility and control Dan needs in his organization, he turned to Sage Intacct, the cloud financial management solution meeting the demands of growing not-for-profit organizations. Dan's organization has a recruiting group, a professional development group, and an advocacy group that each run as separate entities. Leaders in each group see just the entity they manage. The recruiting director sees just the recruiting group. The professional development director sees just the professional development group, and so on. Dan and the controller see across all the entities. Conversations in Sage Intacct Collaborate indicate that recent tax deduction changes may be affecting revenue in the professional development group. A special board meeting has been called for this afternoon. To prepare, Dan starts with a built-in role-based dashboard that instantly captures financial and operational information for the organization, in this case, the recruiting group. We can see that operating expenses are within budget. Drilling down, we can see the detail and see that the fund remains adequate to support the mission. Jumping over to the dashboard for the professional development group, we see a drop in revenue. By combining captured, external, and statistical information within the system, we can easily see that we are not getting the level of participation expected in professional development. Course location and staffing costs remain steady, indicating that expenses will soon outpace revenue. Moving over to look at the advocacy group, we see that donations are up, and operating expenses are well within budget. We see that the group has received a much-needed $1.2 million donation, which can help fund new projects. Also, by setting up program as a dimension, we can see a breakout of donations and expenses across these different programs run by the advocacy group. Each of the entities we've looked at has a different focus but a shared chart of accounts, and the board of directors wants the top-down picture this afternoon. Because a shared chart of accounts provides for continual consolidation, Dan can roll up financial and statistical information to see across the entire organization. In the top-level view, we see that overall, we're doing well. We see an instant view of metrics, graphs of expenditure budgets and actuals, and drillable report views of the revenue and expenditures across entities. Beyond tracking what you did and when you did it, it's important to leverage Sage Intacct's real-time communication to keep your entire organization informed about why you did it. Rather than relying on disparate email strings, Sage Intacct provides a consistent front-to-back office collaboration tool. You collaborate on key information to make decisions, and then document those decisions in the context of the financial records they relate to. In this example, Dan states, based on the consolidated view we've seen today, we need to address a revenue drop in the professional development group. Can we address pricing issues and at the same time look at consolidating courses to reduce overhead? Notice a snapshot of the chart showing the declining revenue now permanently stored with the conversation. A follow-up note by the controller says, we've identified unrestricted funds that can be reallocated in the near term. We can also begin to consolidate courses while we look at reducing fees to bolster participation. A year or more from now, when the board is discussing why they changed direction, they can replace recollection and speculation with a documented decision and audit trail. Regardless of the diverse missions of the nonprofit entities, Dan and the board can view, drill, slice, and dice for all entities and across all dimensions like programs. With dozens or even hundreds of entities, the process is the same. In summary, using Sage Intacct's dashboards as a starting point, we viewed and analyzed the data and results in real time, using financial and operational data consolidated from across the organization. We drilled down to see the meaning behind the numbers, transactions, and collaborative conversations. Based on this information, we made key decisions about the direction of the organization. And then, and this is important, we documented those decisions in the context of financial records for future conversations. Along the way, automated processes keep the organization GAAP compliant and audit ready. Whether you support foundations, service groups, or charities, on-site or remote, Sage Intacct provides the real-time visibility for proactive management of your stewardship for greater mission impact. Start gaining greater financial control and insight across your organization by scheduling a live demo of Sage Intacct today.